master manifester, manifesting my reality, visualizing it, and bringing that vision closer and closer until I'm living that. I'm a master manifester, man. I've been riding this wave for years, and I'm loving it. Money comes to me easily, naturally, and effortlessly. And not only money, anything that I want. All I have to do is want it, write it down, visualize it, and believe, have that feeling that I already got it. And then God is just going to start putting different opportunities in my way, and I'm going to have it. Sometimes it just come, man. Now let's talk about manifesting. Manifesting as a whole, manifesting off the grid of each other's consciousness. I'm telling you right now that manifesting is real. And once you tap into it, once you see that you're creating your reality, there's no turning back. It's like super fun, man. Now just imagine 4 people doing it. Just imagine 10 people doing it. This is the power of congregation, man. Having a lot of people on the same accord, there's power in that. Before I start with this manifestation talk, let me tell you another reason why congregation and having a group of people on the same accord is important. Years ago, me and my mother, we figured something out that happens in our family, right? Whatever I'm going through, my uncle or my auntie or my sister, somebody in the family was either going through it at the same time, was just getting out of it, or it was starting to happen. I started to see that certain spirits, they was affecting certain people in my family. Like one of my uncles, one of my aunties, my moms, one of my sisters, and my brother. We all like share the same demon, right? It come and messes with us. For example, I'm getting into it with my neighbor, like hard. It's like a spirit got into him to just go against me and my family. And I'm talking to my moms, and she say, you know what? Your uncle is going through the same thing. And then later on, my sister would probably call her like 2 days later and be like, yeah, my neighbors are starting to act up. And she'd be like, yeah, your brother and your uncle. So we seen that if we was together, then we can coach each other up out of this. So I just went through the neighbor thing about 2 weeks ago. Now I see that my sister is going through it. My sister can say, hey, how did you get through this? If we was all talking and we was all together. So that's another power of being together, being in the congregation and stuff, all on one positive accord. These spirits is gonna mess with Miss Beverly this week, and when it gets to Tommy, Miss Beverly can tell Tommy. We can all coach each other. I hope you understand what I'm saying. Right now, back to the manifestation. Let me give you an example on how when we put our minds together, things are just created, man. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Now, when I heard that, I remember hearing it in the 80s, man. Some people said that it was before the 80s, like my mom's and them. Good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite is old. You hear what I'm saying? So check it out. We didn't used to have no damn bed bugs. My mom said she never seen no damn bed bugs. My grandmama and them said they never seen no damn bed bugs. It was not no damn bed bugs until we kept chanting, good night, sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite. Like Candyman or Bloody Mary or Beetlejuice. So we summoned up these little things. Now when you look around, it be bed bugs all in America, all everywhere, right? Think about that. It didn't used to be no bed bugs. And we chanted that up for so long. We had our mind on one thing. that they popped up. That's the power right there, man. Don't let them tell you that there was bad bugs after 1920 and 1918 and 1930 and stuff, man. It wasn't, man. I remember asking older people, like, what is a bad bug? People didn't know. They just said that it was a mysterious little bug that you better stay asleep, you better brush your teeth and wash your feet and stuff before bed, or the bad bugs that get you. Nobody didn't say that they'll suck your blood, and you feel what I'm saying? These things got pulled from a different dimension, man. You hear what I'm saying? Let me give you another example. I'm listening to Bobby Hemmett, right? Because Bobby Hemmett, he made a couple of videos about this type of stuff, manifesting with each other. This is how pyramids was built and things like that. The Tower of Babel and all of that. It was when we came together and we wouldn't even have to use our hands. It'd just start coming together, man. I'm going to give you two more examples. The Bobby Hemmett example. He said that they created the lottery back up in New York, right? I think up in Harlem. It was called the numbers. And they was running the numbers and people was hitting it. People in the community up in Harlem and different places in New York where they was running the numbers, the lottery. We created the lottery. And there was people that was hitting the lottery, especially like the little old lady. You know what I'm saying? That they rub two rocks together and bury them with all of that ancient stuff that we would call juju and different things. And basically, the most was the people in the hood, the ghetto, up in Harlem at that time. It was such poverty that people imagined eating steaks and drinking good wine and stuff like that. So it started manifesting up in the numbers. There was people that was hitting the numbers, a group of people, and feeding their families. It was like everybody was benefiting off of it, and they snatched that. And now we call it the lottery, scratchers and all of that. That all came from that energy that we manifested as a whole, as a collective. You feel what I'm saying? Now, here's another one that you see every single day. A female put me up on this. A female that wasn't even conscious. She just seen certain things. I mean, she was conscious, but she didn't read and all of that. She smoked weed. She used to do her thing on the street like a gangbanger, homegirl type that you wouldn't expect to be knowing this type of stuff. So I'm saying one day, I'm like, yeah, they can't get me. I'm like the master sorcerer and all of this. They can't do no tactics and nothing to get past me and all of that. And she was like, hey, do you watch the news? I was like, yeah. She was like, do you watch the weather? I was like, yeah. And she was like, you be listening to it? I said, yeah, you know, they say it's gonna rain. 9 times out of 10 it's gonna rain. She was like, they got you. And I'm like, what? So she started breaking it down how it's impossible for these worms, these parasites, to predict the future. If you're saying what the weather is going to be on Sunday and it's all the way Monday and you got all of these days in between, it's like you predicting the future. A meteorologist is a magical person. They predict the future, but what they do is they're more like an NPC mind control programmer. They program us to predict, to make it come to the reality. So me and all of the other chosen ones that can manifest, we in our cities, and we look that it's going to be raining on Sunday, right? And it's 6 days away. So we already think about that as a collective, and we make it rain on Sunday. Even the numbers are mixed up. She said, you know how they say it's a 20% chance of rain? I'm like, yeah. She said, well, they could have easily said that it was an 80% chance of not rain. But if they say that it was an 80% chance of not rain, then we will produce no rain. So they say it's a 20% chance of rain. But a 20% chance of rain is 80% chance of no rain. You understand what I'm saying? We manifest this. Let me give you a personal one, right? How we manifest this. We are the real heart, the real sound, and all of that, man. Listen, this is back in 2012, August of 2012. We in Phoenix. And I planned out to buy pizza and all of this for one of my daughters, her second birthday, right? And my girl, she had a friend next door, and they was really cool. I didn't have no problems with them. I just, at the time, I was more separated from people. I didn't want to be socializing with a lot of people all day, although they was real cool. They had, I think it was like the mom's or somebody birthday was like the next day, and they was going to barbecue, and they wanted my girl to just pitch in on a barbecue, and they was going to handle everything else, which would have been good and beneficial and cool, but I just didn't want to hang out and stuff. And I'm like, hey, like an hour or two, it's getting closer and closer to where the little kids in the building gonna start gathering up. I'm seeing them, and she said, I say, hey, I'm finna give her the list of the different pizzas and different things, and she said, oh, good news, they gonna handle it. And I'm like, man, I got so mad. My blood was boiling so bad. My head was hurting. And in a distance, a hot boob started forming on everything. Within I said, okay, you do that. I said pizza. I said soda. I said this and that. And you wanna give all the energy to the neighbors and stuff like that when you know how I'm feeling right now. When I don't feel like messing with people, I don't mess with people, man. I don't be dealing with people and stuff. And you're gonna do this, and as I'm getting angrier and angrier, a haboob is like a big dust storm. In Phoenix, some haboobs get so thick, man, it'll make it look like it's all orange outside. Like a gang of dust, you know what I'm saying? Just blowing in. They couldn't even barbecue. It was a haboob. You feel what I'm saying? They felt bad and stuff. They told my girl sorry because it wasn't like a haboob isn't rain or anything like that. Like rain can come and then it could go and then y'all can go barbecue even if the ground is wet. No, with a haboob, you gotta put towels on by your door and close your windows because it'd be so much dust and dirt. That barbecue was messed up. You can't barbecue in a haboob. You feel what I'm saying? It was a wrap. Let me tell you another time about the weather, right? So this is Occupy. Y'all remember Occupy Wall Street? When all of the homeless started going downtown at the city halls? This was in 2011. This is in 2011. So they was there for like about a month. And then one night, me and my brother, we on the phone, we talking about all kind of deep stuff, and we looking on the news because leading up to this night, the news was talking about how they was going to make all of the homeless vacate. They was tired of the Occupy, the 1% movement, and all of that. Y'all remember that? So they started clearing them out, and tearing down the tents and stuff. And me and my brother, man, we was mad. We was like, no, that's messed up. And people in the crowd was like, nah. It was like so much anger, man, that night, about like an hour later, man, a big gust of wind went all through like Woodland Hills and all of that area, Ventura County. These are the counties that the police officers and the sheriffs and stuff live up in. Ventura County and all up in them areas and stuff. And knocked out all the damn power, man. It just came out of nowhere. Trees fell. And the next day, I talked to my brother. I'm like, hey, you seen that? And he already knew what I was going to say. We created that, man. You hear what I'm saying? When we come together, when our minds come together, it's if it's just one Jesus doing this, imagine 144,000 Jesuses at the same time activated. We can just make something manifest just right there. Somebody told me, I forgot who told me this. I forgot where it was at, but I remember. You know how you remember certain things, but you forgot where you heard it from? I heard that's the secret of the 144,000. It takes 144,000 people on the same accord at the same time, and they will manifest something right there. Something as big as the sky turning black, like big stuff. You hear what I'm saying? Something as big as a whole army that's coming against them just dropping. When there's stories in the Bible and armies are being defeated, that goes against the Most High's army. Let's take the wall of Jericho, right? They was all on the same accord and walking around and doing what they did was a ritual, man. It was like they was putting that God voodoo on them, man. And the walls came a tumbling down, baby. That's what we do. One Samson. Just imagine 1,000 Samsons, man. If I could do that on my daughter's birthday, if me and my brother and all of these homeless people with all of this energy can knock down all of the power, man, in Woodland Hills and Ventura County, then what could the righteous do when we put our mind on the same thing? Now, let me tell you what's going to happen, right? There's going to be a person that comes and people, the righteous is going to have so much faith in this person that they're going to manifest. We're going to manifest with our consciousness, protection, and everything for this person. This person is going to be like floating. And we need this person to do this. We need this person to get ran up on and not hurt. And we all need to witness this. This person cheat death. We all need to witness this person perform miracles. Why? That person becomes like the Ronnie Coleman of this system. Listen, back in the days, nobody could even get as big as Ronnie Coleman, even if they did steroids and worked out and stuff like that. Now, guys is getting real big. Now, Ronnie Coleman is on a different level, but there's guys that can get that like real big compared to like Arnold Schwarzenegger's days. Arnold Schwarzenegger now was like the biggest because that's what we seen. But then we seen Dorian Yates, right? We seen Lee Haney. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. On this planet, the fastest man, let's say, will run 100 miles per hour. I know that's fast as hell, but let's just say, right? The fastest man will run 100 miles per hour until we witness somebody that runs 110 miles per hour. Then a lot of people going to start running 100 miles per hour. Then some going to be running 110 until we witness somebody run 120 miles per hour. And this person is going to be the person that we witness and say, you know what? They didn't die. You know what? Crack can be defeated, man. Well, with the crack, let me tell you that. Let me be the example. You see, because when I was little, they said, hey, man, if you ever get on crack, it ain't no turning back. You addicted and you will be addicted forever. No, you won't. I don't get no urges. I don't even care about it, man. I can't even see how I used to even be on it, man. Let me be the example. And now when people see me, just on the level of crack, once people see me, then they gonna start being able to say, yeah, I could do it. I could do it. That's why when this person comes and we put all of this energy into them, the righteous, we're going to know who these righteous people is. And we're going to manifest all of this stuff off the grid of our consciousness, man. I'm telling you, we're going to be able to fly and all of that. It's just that a lot of people can't see it right now. Back in the days, in Arnold Schwarzenegger in them days, if somebody would have came and said, yeah, there's going to be a bodybuilder that's 300 and something pounds on stage, that's 280 pounds on stage, shredded, and he was going to be able to lift as heavy as a bodybuilder. As a power lifter. Arnold Schwarzenegger and them wouldn't have believed that. Nobody could see that at that time. But now we could see. Now we could see the Ronnie Coleman, how big that he got. Now we could see the Usain Bolts. As soon as Usain Bolt ran that fast, it opened up something for people to run that fast, man. That's all I gotta say. Let's manifest. Peace.